10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Ang susunod na programa ay rated PG. Patnubay at gabay ng magulang ay kailangan sa mga batang manonood.
At night, when the little girl and her brother sitting at their big table in the hall, the man would knock gently in the door and come in. The little girl and her brother would look up to him where they sat at the big table, their eyes bright in the light, and watch him come fully into the light, with his soft voice, his manners low. They wait for him every evening as they sat at their lesson like this. He would nod to say if their answers were wrong or correct. It was not always that he came. They could remember perhaps 2 weeks when he remarked to their mother that he had never seen 2 children looking so smart. The praise has made their mother look over them as they stood around listening to the ongoings at the meeting of the neighborhood association of which their mother was the president. 2 children, one a girl of 7 and a boy of 8. They were both tall for their age, but in their homework they are so lazy with them. And the man said, "I have nothing to do in the evening, let me help them." Mother nodded and said, "If you want to bother yourself." In those days, the rage was for pencils. School children always have rages going on one time or another. Add to the man's kindness in knowing child's desire, his promise that would give each of them not 1, but 2 pencils. One evening, he did bring them, and when they got the pencils, they would for joy. The boy and the girl both jumped up and down and shouted with glee. Until their mother called from downstairs, "What are you shouting about?" And the kids will say, "Vicente gave them pencils." And their mother said that they have to thank Vicente. The little boy and the little girl both said thank you with a smile. But the man said, "Are you not going to kiss me for those pencils?" They both came forward and they both made to kiss him. But Vicente slapped the boy smartly on his lean hips and said, "Boys do not kiss boys." But the boy just ran back and kissed him anyway. And the girl went up to the man shyly and kissed him on the cheeks. The man's arms tightened suddenly about the little girl until the little girl squirmed out of his arms and laughed a little breathlessly, looking at the man in puzzlement. One evening, the children suddenly put their lessons down, telling Vicente how envy of their schoolmates, and would he buy them more pencils? And Vicente asked the little boy to get him a glass of water. And the little boy ran comply, saying, "Buy us more, please," and went to his mother. Vicente held the little girl by the arm and said gently, "Of course I will buy you more pencils, as many as you want." And the little girl said, "Oh, then I will tell my friends, and they will envy me, for they don't have as many or as pretty." Vicente took her and held her to sit down on his lap and said, "Go ahead and write, and I will watch you." "Don't hold me in the lap," said the little girl. "I am very heavy. You will get very tired." The man shook his head and said nothing. The little girl kept squirming, for somehow she felt uncomfortable to be held. She looked around at Vicente. His face was all in sweat and his eyes looked very strange, and he indicated to her that she must turn around and attend to the homework she was doing. But the little girl felt very queer. She didn't know why. All of a sudden, she felt she was immensely frightened. And she jumped away from Vicente's lap. She stood looking at him, feeling that queer, frightened feeling, not knowing what to do. By and by, in a very short while, her mother came. "Vicente," her mother asked while holding a glass of water. But Vicente jumped up too soon. He snatched at the papers that lay on the table and held them to his stomach, turning away from the mother's coming. The mother looked at him, stopped at her tracks. She glared at him and the little girl looking at him frightened. The mother kept coming and Vicente kept moving backward. She said very low but very heavily, "Do not move." She put the glass on the table and the mother went to the little girl. The little girl went to her and the mother knelt down. "Turn around," her mother said, and her mother passed her hands over the little girl's back. "Go upstairs," she said. The mother's voice was of such heavy quality and of such awful timbre that the girl could only nod her head, and without looking at Vicente, again she raced to her room. The mother went to the cowering man and marched him with a glance. She extended her hand and without any opposition took away the papers that Vicente was holding to himself. She stood there, said nothing, as the man fumbled with his hands and with his fingers, and she waited until he had finished. She told Vicente to go with her. Finally, the woman raised her hand and slapped him full hard in the face. While the man retreated, she slapped him on the other side of the face again. And before she would finally slap him again, she let him retreat. He made no resistance, offered no defense, and with those hard, forceful slaps, she escorted him right to the door. As soon as the cool air of the free night touched him, he recovered enough to turn away and run. The woman looked after him and closed the door, went to her daughter, and when she reached her, she held her hand out to the child. Always also, with the terrible indelibility that one associated with terror, the girl was to remember a touch of that hand on her shoulder, heavy kneading at her flesh, the woman herself stricken almost dumb, but her eyes eloquent with that angered fire. She knelt. She felt the little girl's clothes took it off, with haste that her maid daughter sobbed. "Hush," the mother said. "Take a bath quickly." She knelt. She felt the little girl's clothes took it off, with haste that her maid daughter sobbed. "Hush," the mother said. "Take a bath quickly." The mother scrubbed her and soaped her then wiped her gently all over and changed her. The clothes she had taken off with the pencils the man gave them, the mother took it and threw them into the fire. But when the girl turned to comply, the mother said, "No, tomorrow will do." And taking little girl by hand, she led her to her little girl's bed, made her lie down, and tucked the covers gently about her as the girl fell asleep.
Sayang, alam ko sa akin.
Excuse me.
Tara, feedback na tayo. Bilis mo. Uy, ingat-ingatan mo yung kompanyero. Hindi pa nagagamit yan.
Pag nabalian na isa, palitan mo sa factory.
Uy, sampali ko na isang bilyon yan. Manual.
Pag nabali isa, palitan mo sa ano.
Hindi ba dala-dala ito ni JC?
Oo.
Buti, gumagawa ka ng bloopers. They could remember na wala.
Tuka tumiliman ka dito ba?
Ulit.
Scene 2. They could remember perhaps 2 weeks when he remarked to their mother that he had never seen 2 children looking so smart. The phrases made their mother look over them as they stood around listening to the ongoing at the meeting of the neighborhood
Ang
association,
natapos ko yung thesis ko.
of which their mother was the president.
Oh, go!
One evening, he did bring them, and when they got the pencil, they would forget. The boy and the girl both jumped and down and shouted with glee. Until their mother called from downstairs. What are you shouting about?
ka magsalita.
And the kids will say that Vicente gave them pencils.
Mga iba sa akin lahat black, sa kanya colored, sa akin black lahat.
And their mother said that they have to thank Vicente. Mag-thank you kayo.
Ano sila yung mas lang.
The little boy and the little girl both said thank you with a smile. But the man said, "Are you not going to kiss me for those pencils?"
Wait lang.
Ay, wait. Ang tagal eh.
They both came forward and they both made to kiss. But Vicente slapped the boy smartly on his lean lips and said, "Boys do not kiss boys." But the boy just ran back and kissed him away.
Oh, it's not that.
And the girl went up to the man shyly and kissed him on the cheek. The man's arms tightened
Uy, arms!
about the little girl until the little girl screamed.
Scene 7. Rania! Close it!
Ayoko! Wait lang kasi, saglit lang ha. Saglit, magantay ka.
Umuwi ka pa. Scene 8.
Ako meron.
Bakit? Scene 8.
Anong tokwa naman eh. Isinake, anak ka naman tokwa ako.
Oh, ba't di bawas na? Scene 8! Ayan.
Bastos eh. Scene 8, biglang nag-block.
Wait! Ang haba pa nito.
Matapos na tayo.
Scene 8. Bilis ba?
Oo, scene 8. Ano ba yan?
Go.
Follow up, palobo.
Salamat ka pala.
Pwesto rito.
Touch, touch, touch.
4, 5, 6.
7, 8, 9. Scene 8, go.
Go.
Crazy, crazy, crazy.